Hello everyone and welcome to Lancelot's Nerd Corner, where I'm proud to present another 6-scale figure review. Today, we're going retro to take a retrospective look at Neo by Hot Toys, and I'm really glad to be giving you my honest and detailed account of the figure. Now, this figure was originally released all the way back in 2018, 6 years ago, so I highly doubt it will be in stock anymore in places you shop at. But the purpose of this retro review is more so to give you an idea of what you can expect if you do decide to pick this figure up today, and to investigate just how well this figure holds up after all this time. Let's start with the fantastic Keanu Reeves head sculpt, which is now one of my favorite head sculpts in my entire collection. The overall likeness is absolutely incredible and definitely holds up after 6 years. The proportions of the nose, mouth, and sharp jaw are all spot on. But of course, a little bit of tweaking of the shape of these facial features would have made it perfect. The strong brow is set in a furrowed expression, and it helps add a lot more character, and I especially love the subtle wrinkles above the eyebrows, showing Hot Toys' attention to detail. The paint app is also applied very well with lifelike skin texturing, and there's even very light beard stubble, which is very accurate to his look in the film. My only real problem with the head sculpt are the eyes, because the eyeballs don't seem to be exactly parallel, like they weren't set in properly. It's way more noticeable in person and up close, and there's also another really easy fix. To make his look even more accurate, the figure comes with a pair of sunglasses in the same style and design as the film. The temple bar and temple tips are much thicker than in the movie, but that's understandable as it may be too fragile if it was any thinner. And it is just held by friction, there are no magnets, so it may be a bit loose, but mine fits rather well. Lastly, the hair is sculpted and painted very well, and shows distinct layers and clumps of hair. But while this hair sculpt does still hold up really well, you can tell that Hot Toys has continuously improved to this day. Now let's take a look at the figure itself, starting with the body, which is relatively lightweight, lighter than your average Hot Toys body, and that's mainly because Keanu wasn't the most muscular guy in the movie, so they didn't have to use such a big body, and also because the costume is also very lightweight. I'm happy to report that most of the joints are still nice and stiff, especially the leg joints. The torso and diaphragm joints might be a little loose, but still sturdy enough, and the shoulder joint is a bit tricky to work with, especially with the coat on, so try not to force it too much. And the overall articulation holds up really well and allows for awesome poses. But the pose is only as badass as the figure's costume, and this one is just as badass as in the film. The particular look Hot Toys chose for the figure was from the lobby shootout scene towards the end of the film, and my favorite part of the costume and this figure is that long black trench coat. It's made of a rough and sturdy cotton fabric, and it's actually quite thick because it's double layered. You can actually see the inside layer is made of a polyester material. And that does also mean the creases may be larger and the articulation slightly limited with the coat on because it's a bit thick. Just as in the film, it falls all the way down to the boots, and there are actually wires on the bottom lining of the coat and on the sides going from the bottom all the way up to the collar, so you can truly get this coat flowing any which way. And to top it all off, small details like the collar, stitching, and this little flap on the back are all accurate. The coat can be removed, revealing the black long sleeve shirt underneath. This shirt is made of a soft, stretchy spandex-like fabric and helps keep it tailored tightly, like in the film, as well as helping to not restrict articulation. I do think Hot Toys might have made the neck a bit longer for a better look when the coat is on, so when you remove the coat, it causes a little bit of a long neck syndrome. Over the shirt is a black shoulder holster with several straps around the back and connected to the belt, all of which are unfortunately made of faux leather, and some of which have severely deteriorated. The large straps that have the holsters attached are actually in pretty good condition, and they have a cool panel design. The The holsters themselves, by the way, are also functional. However, it's the straps that connect to the belt that are the ones that are in terrible condition. The belt is also faux leather, by the way, but it's in okay condition. There's some cracking all around, but thankfully no flaking. And lastly, about the shirt, you can easily hide the wrist pegs by using the shirt sleeves, but they may slip back occasionally, so you may want to pull it up all the way to the hands. Speaking of which, the figure comes with a total of 8 hands, including a pair of fist, relaxed, open palm, and gun-holding gestures. They are the standard soft rubbery Hot Toys hands, and mine are particularly soft, so they're really easy for accessories to fit in. And while they are pretty simple, they still display a good amount of details like skin texturing, sculpted veins, and sculpted wrinkles. The pants are made of the same material as the coat, but thinner as there's only one layer of fabric. There is a large pocket on the left side, which is actually functional, and 2 bands going around the thighs. And on top of the pants are all sorts of large nylon straps with the buckles going all around. There's one around the waist and 2 around the thighs. And there are 2 smaller faux leather straps connecting them, one in the front and one in the back. And these have deteriorated pretty badly. They're basically ready to peel completely off, and I've really considered snipping them off because they may be more trouble than they're worth. In contrast, the boots are also made of faux leather, but they're actually in great condition. They have that crazy multi-layered panel design with several straps and buckles all around. And here on the figure, it's one whole boot instead of a split-cut design, so bending the ankle does cause creases, and I am really worried it might split or crack over time. And the once silver buckles have now rusted or otherwise become discolored over time, but the overall quality of the boots holds up really well. Now that we've covered the entire figure, let's go over all the accessories the figure comes with. The figure comes with the sunglasses and hands that we already covered, as well as a display base, pair of M16s, pair of MP5s, pair of Uzis, pair of Scorpions, pair of pistols, a duffel bag, and an additional strap. The display base is a large diamond-shaped base in the style of the lobby shootout scene. The middle has that intricate design of green tile, while the sides are rough black stone flooring. The front has the name of the movie and character, and it uses an articulated flight pole with a waist grabber. As you've already noticed, there are
guns. Lots of guns.
And they all look fantastic and have insanely realistic sculpt work and paint app. So to avoid sounding way too repetitive, here's a montage of the accessory weapons compared to their real-life counterparts. The duffel bag is a large black bag in the same style as the film, with straps and buckles all over. Both the longer sling strap and the handle are functional, although the handle is made of faux leather and once again is slightly deteriorating. The zipper is also functional, and you can actually unzip it where you'll find a piece of foam inside. it can be removed and the bag can be used to store the smaller guns. Lastly, the strap is meant to be slung around the neck with the MP5s attached like in the film. However, the glue on one of the ends of mine came unstuck and the metal clip came off. Thankfully, I recovered the metal clip and it should be an easy fix anyway with some handy super glue. This Neo figure from Hot Toys is possibly one of the most sought after figures in their entire catalog. And now I can say with certainty, it's for good damn reason. Hot Toys really captured the sheer presence of the character with the near perfect head sculpt, the tight yet dynamic tailoring, and an arsenal of accessories for all sorts of poses. And aside from the costume's deteriorating faux leather pieces, this figure stands the test of time as one of Hot Toys' most defining releases of such an iconic character, even after all this time. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this retro review helpful, please feel free to like and subscribe. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.